To more stories this morning, as founder and president of Imani Africa, Franklin Cudjoe says scores of Ghanaians are financially stressed due to the unemployment crisis in the country. Speaking on the probe with Benjamin Akakpo, Mr. Cudjoe described the situation as a disastrous one and a security threat that has to be addressed immediately.
I'm a bit worried that as we speak right now, even those of us who are supposed to be gainfully employed, well, gainfully in quotes, really, gainfully employed, cannot make ends meet most of the times. And I think I saw a mutual study, I think somewhere close to last year, that suggested that 2/3 of Ghanaians are financially stressed, which means that even when you are, even for those of us, for those people who are supposedly employed, their earnings do not take them throughout they do not see the end of the month with their earnings, really. So it beggars belief, really, to think that close to 2 million people can be living, men and women, who are supposedly educated, cannot find jobs or would not find good employment. And that's a recipe for disaster. I mean, it's like a ticking time bomb we are sitting. But it's one of the most serious national security issues I suspect we should be dealing with as we speak right now. So those numbers are stuck, and it appears the numbers are increasing, and that even the solutions are not necessarily that coherent right now as we speak from the various political parties. You hear 1 million jobs here and there. You do not see a coherent picture yet. Of course, we'll delve into those matters, but it seems to me that we've created a situation, a country where only certain centers, towns and cities are attracting people, but even then they are not finding meaningful jobs.
In a related development, economist Kwame Pieni has described the increasing unemployment rate as a threat to the development of the country's economy. According to him, the government must explore and utilize the country's natural resources to create employment avenues for the ordinary Ghanaian for optimum benefit. He spoke on the AM show with Benjamin Akakpo.
Ghana today is a bit worrying when you think about the youth. What is my generation bequeathing to the youth? How are we going to get out of the economic crisis we are in so that we can generate jobs for the youth? So that we are not training nurses, doctors, engineers, teachers for them to go and grow the economies of Canada, US, European Union, and some of the Asian countries. These are my worries, how do we get Ghanaians to save and invest in this country so that we can exploit our tremendous natural resources for the benefit of the average Ghanaian. Look, what is wrong with Ghana? Policies that are not right. And then also, of course, together in Africa, the leadership deficit. But when you take the natural resources we've been blessed with, and in 2024, the human skills we have is unimaginable. We have close to maybe 350, 400,000 Ghanaian professionals, technocrats, engineers in the diaspora. These are all people, when the economy starts moving in the right direction and they come home, they will add value to the economy. So yes, there is hope. What we need is to put our heads together and move in a transformational path. There's
Let's have a conversation on the back of this and speak with labor economist at the University of Ghana, Dr. Prince J. For more on this, Dr. J, welcome to the program. The talks about unemployment has been rife this week. Over 14.7% of Ghana's workforce are unemployed. What sort of threats does this pose to the country?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. And good morning to your cherished viewers. Well, unemployment is a very, important subject within the economic space. In macroeconomics, we have mentioned that unemployment and inflation are the twin devils that bedevils every economy. And so every central government objective is to try and mitigate the impact of unemployment and also bring down inflation to barest minimum. And so when the issue of unemployment comes to the fore, it is an issue that requires a lot of considerable attention. Now let me come to the substantive matter you just asked. In Ghana, for instance, our issue of unemployment is basically youth unemployment. And we have a population where, it's a youth population. The ILO has estimated that in a few years to come, Africa is going to experience what we call the youth bounce.
Right.
And what that means is that the youth population is going to outstrip the adult population. And so if you have a situation where the majority of your populace is idle, they are educated, but they do not have jobs to do,
okay,
then what it means is that they need to explore other means. Like the good book says, the devil finds work for the idle hands. And so we can look at the issue of migration. We can look at the issue of radicalization. We can look at the issue of, social order. These are, lines that we could discuss the security implications.
Do you think we're not taking advantage of our youthful population?
To a large extent, I think that this very government, has initiated some measures. Within the first term, they introduced NAPCO, they introduced the NEIP. I suspect that the brain behind these measures were basically to absorb the teeming numbers of unemployed youth. So in one breath, I would say that some effort have been made. Okay. However, I think that there is more room for improvement. More opportunities must be given to young people. The macro conditions needs to be stabilized, to be favorable,
right,
for private hands to be able to engage these young people.
Okay, Dr. Prince J is an economist at the University of Ghana. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Moving on.